Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, unknown path, with no one beside you, no one to cheer you on, and no one to tell you which direction to go. The road ahead seems long, uncertain, and at times overwhelmingly lonely. But here's the truth. That very solitude is where your greatest power lies. It's in these moments when no one is there to support you that you are faced with an incredible opportunity. The chance to discover just how much strength you have within yourself. In the absence of external validation, you are left with one undeniable truth. You are enough. You have everything you need to move forward, to create your own path, and to push through the toughest obstacles. The journey ahead may seem daunting, but it's in these very struggles that you will find your true potential. Today, I want to remind you that success doesn't require others to believe in you first. It starts with you. It starts with the courage to take the first step, the resilience to keep moving, and the belief that you are capable of achieving more than you could ever imagine. So, let's begin this journey together, one step at a time, as we explore how to get ahead, even when no one is there for you. Success is a journey that often requires us to tap into the deepest well of our own strength. When no one else is there to support us, it becomes even more crucial to rely on ourselves. Self-reliance is not about denying the importance of others or isolating ourselves from support. Rather, it is about recognizing that the foundation of our success begins within. When we embrace the concept of self-reliance, we take full responsibility for our actions, decisions, and future. This self-sufficiency empowers us to take control of our lives and not depend on external validation or assistance to move forward. At its core, self-reliance is the belief that we are capable of navigating through challenges, solving problems, and carving our own path. It is the understanding that we are the architects of our fate, and while help from others is valuable, the ultimate power lies within ourselves. This mindset shifts our perspective. Instead of waiting for someone to give us a hand, we start to recognize our own abilities and strengths. We become problem solvers, decision makers, and creators of our own opportunities. This shift is essential when no one else is there to lend a hand or offer encouragement. When we learn to rely on ourselves, we also develop a deeper understanding of our own potential. This means acknowledging our weaknesses, but also recognizing that we are capable of growing and overcoming them. Every challenge we face becomes an opportunity for self-discovery. The more we tap into our own resources, whether it's our creativity, our discipline, or our ability to adapt, the more confident we become in our ability to achieve success on our own terms. This builds resilience, which is essential when there's no one there to pick us up when we fall. Self-reliance doesn't just mean doing everything alone. It's about recognizing that we are our best support system. It involves trusting our own judgment, making decisions with confidence, and knowing that we have the ability to adjust when things don't go as planned. It's the internal confidence that we can handle whatever comes our way, without constantly needing others to confirm our choices or provide reassurance. This is especially important when the road ahead feels uncertain and the future unclear. We learn to trust the process, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Moreover, self-reliance pushes us to take initiative. When no one else is there to offer a helping hand, we don't wait around for things to happen. We take charge of our circumstances. We stop relying on others to create opportunities for us and instead take action to create them ourselves. This kind of initiative means stepping outside our comfort zones, trying new things, and seeking growth even when the path is unclear. The ability to take risks and venture into the unknown becomes crucial when we have no one else to guide us but ourselves. Through self-reliance, we also learn the value of persistence. It's easy to give up when we feel unsupported, but true growth happens when we continue to push forward despite the obstacles we face. Self-reliance teaches us that setbacks are not signs to quit, but signals to push harder, to find another way to keep going. This persistence is a muscle we build over time, and the more we rely on ourselves, the stronger and more capable we become in overcoming adversity. It's also important to recognize that self-reliance is not about perfection. We will stumble, fail, and make mistakes along the way, and that's okay. What matters is that we don't give up. When we rely on ourselves, we don't look for excuses. Instead, we look for solutions. We take responsibility for our actions and outcomes, and we learn from every experience. Self-reliance is built on the foundation of taking ownership, embracing both our strengths and our failures, and knowing that we are capable of moving forward, regardless of the challenges we face. Ultimately, self-reliance is the power to move forward on our own terms. It's about trusting ourselves enough to take the necessary steps, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. It's about recognizing that we are the ones who determine our success and that no external circumstances can dictate our future unless we allow them to. Self-reliance is about acknowledging that while help and support from others are valuable, the greatest source of strength lies within us, and it is up to us to tap into that strength and keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles that arise. Personal growth is a lifelong journey, a commitment to becoming the best version of oneself despite the circumstances. When no one is there to guide or support you, this growth becomes even more critical. It is within the quiet moments of solitude, the struggles, and the challenges that we discover who we truly are and what we are capable of. Personal growth requires constant effort, whether it's learning new skills, developing emotional intelligence, or cultivating the mental and physical resilience to face life's trials. This process is one of self-discovery, where you learn more about your strengths, weaknesses, and the things that drive you, and it becomes clear that progress is something that must be earned, not handed to you. Investing in personal growth is an act of self-respect. It involves recognizing that you are worthy of improvement, of achieving more than you currently have, and of stepping into a future filled with potential. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It requires conscious effort. This might mean setting goals for yourself, taking the time to read books, watch educational videos, or acquire skills that challenge your current understanding of the world. It might mean seeking feedback from others, not for validation, but for insight into how you can continue to refine and improve. But perhaps most importantly, it means cultivating the discipline to keep pushing forward, even when the road ahead is not easy. What makes personal growth so vital, especially when you have no external support, is that it becomes your foundation. When no one else is around to push you or cheer you on, it is your inner commitment to growth that propels you forward. It is in these moments of solitude that you find the strength to continue working on yourself, regardless of the challenges. It may be tempting to give up when no one is there to remind you of your potential, but true personal growth emerges from the inner drive to continue, even when you feel like you're walking alone. It is a daily choice to invest in becoming better, regardless of the external circumstances. The pursuit of personal growth also teaches you how to become more resilient in the face of adversity. Growth doesn't happen when everything is going well. It's in the moments of struggle, when you face setbacks, that real change occurs. Each failure is an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to keep improving. When you commit to personal growth, you embrace the idea that challenges are not roadblocks, but stepping stones toward a more developed version of yourself. The more you experience and learn, the more you become comfortable with discomfort and uncertainty. Personal growth requires a willingness to get uncomfortable, to face your fears and to push past them. It's in these moments of discomfort that you begin to see the world differently, and ultimately, you change. One of the most valuable aspects of personal growth is the ability to develop emotional intelligence. When you don't have others around to provide emotional support or guidance, you must learn to manage your emotions effectively. This might involve learning how to cope with stress, manage disappointment, and stay focused despite the negative thoughts that may arise. It's easy to become overwhelmed or discouraged when things aren't going as planned, but emotional intelligence allows you to step back, regain perspective, and keep moving forward. This aspect of personal growth is not about avoiding negative emotions, but about understanding and managing so they don't control your actions. It's about learning to rise above your emotions and not let them dictate your choices. Personal growth also teaches the importance of perseverance. When you are determined to grow, you don't quit just because the process is difficult or takes time. The growth process is not always linear. There will be setbacks, days when you feel like you're not progressing at all, and moments when you question your efforts. However, those who are committed to personal growth understand that it's all part of the process. Success does not come overnight, and the true test of character is in the persistence to keep going when results are not immediately visible. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting that the results will come. Lastly, personal growth is about cultivating a mindset that is open to change. As you grow, you begin to see the world in new ways, and you become more open to different ideas, perspectives, and opportunities. Growth requires flexibility, the willingness to adapt to new circumstances and learn from every situation. This openness to change allows you to continually evolve, improve, and reinvent yourself, even when you feel stuck. Personal growth is not a destination, but a continuous journey of self-discovery, learning, and development. When you embrace this journey, you unlock your full potential and give yourself the power to create the life you desire. Solitude is often misunderstood as a form of isolation, but in reality, it can be one of the most powerful tools for personal and spiritual growth. When no one else is there to support you or provide direction, solitude becomes a space of reflection and clarity. It is during these moments of quiet and stillness that we have the opportunity to reconnect with ourselves, away from the noise and distractions of the world. Far from being a negative experience, solitude can be a profound moment of self-discovery, enabling us to learn more about our desires, fears, and true purpose in life. In solitude, we are forced to confront our own thoughts without the filter of others' opinions. This can be an uncomfortable experience at first, especially if we're used to relying on others for validation or guidance. However, in this quiet space, we are given the chance to evaluate our lives honestly without external influence. We become more attuned to our inner voice, learning to trust our own instincts and judgment. This ability to hear ourselves clearly is often drowned out in the hustle of daily life when we are constantly seeking approval or feedback from others. Solitude provides the necessary silence to hear that inner voice and begin to make decisions that are truly aligned with who we are, rather than what others expect of us. In these moments, we also gain perspective on our goals and values. Without the distractions of the world, we can reflect on what truly matters to us. This can often lead to a reevaluation of our life choices, prompting us to pursue what is meaningful rather than what is expected or conventional. In solitude, we can question what we have been chasing and whether it aligns with our core values or whether it is simply something we've been conditioned to pursue. It is in this space of reflection that we can uncover a more authentic version of ourselves, one that is not shaped by external pressures or societal expectations. Moreover, solitude fosters self-discipline and the ability to work independently. When we are alone, we have no choice but to rely on our own abilities and instincts. This can be empowering, as it reinforces the idea that we are capable of handling whatever challenges come our way. It becomes a test of our willpower and determination, showing us that we can accomplish our goals even when there is no one around to push us. Solitude teaches us how to set our own direction, prioritize our tasks, and manage our time effectively without external distractions or obligations. This sense of autonomy is invaluable, especially when we are faced with obstacles and there is no one around to help or offer advice. Another benefit of solitude is that it provides the space for creativity to flourish. In the absence of external influences, our minds are free to explore new ideas, solutions, and possibilities. The pressure to conform or meet the expectations of others disappears, and we are able to think more freely. This creative freedom is essential for personal growth, as it encourages us to think outside the box, take risks, and innovate. When we are not surrounded by others' opinions, we can develop our own unique perspectives and come up with ideas that are truly our own. This is often when we find our most original and impactful work. Furthermore, solitude encourages a deep connection with our spiritual selves. In the quiet of our own company, we are able to tune into the deeper, more spiritual aspects of our being. This connection can bring a sense of peace and clarity that is difficult to achieve in the busyness of everyday life. It allows us to reflect on our purpose and the larger picture of our existence. Whether through meditation, prayer, or simply quiet reflection, solitude helps us to strengthen our relationship with ourselves and with something greater than ourselves. It is in this space of stillness that we often experience moments of profound insight and inspiration. Finally, solitude builds resilience. When we spend time alone, we become more comfortable with our own company and learn to embrace the silence. This is particularly valuable when we face difficult moments or challenges in life. Instead of relying on others to provide comfort or guidance, we learn to stand firm in our own convictions and find strength within. Solitude helps us develop emotional independence, teaching us how to manage our emotions and reactions without external influences. It is through this process of learning to rely on ourselves that we build the mental and emotional resilience needed to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease. In the end, solitude is not just about being physically alone. It's about embracing the space to be truly present with yourself. It is a time to reflect, recharge, and reconnect with your deepest self. In this sacred space of stillness, we find the clarity, strength, and inspiration to move forward, even when no one else is there to guide us. Solitude, when embraced fully, becomes not a burden but a gift, a powerful catalyst for personal transformation. Discipline is one of the most important tools for achieving success, particularly when you are facing challenges alone. Without the external motivation or encouragement of others, discipline becomes the internal force that drives us forward, keeping us focused and committed to our goals. It's easy to get distracted when there's no one around to hold you accountable, but discipline helps you stay on course even when the journey feels long and lonely. Discipline is not about being rigid or overly strict with yourself. It is about developing a strong sense of responsibility and commitment to your goals and consistently showing up day in and day out regardless of the circumstances. Discipline allows you to create structure in your life. Without a clear structure, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the multitude of tasks and responsibilities that pile up, especially when there's no one else to help you prioritize or remind you of your obligations. Discipline helps you set a routine that works for you, creating a sense of order that guides you through your day. This routine serves as a foundation, ensuring that even when things feel chaotic, you have a plan that keeps you moving forward. Having a routine also reduces the mental strain of decision-making, as you don't have to constantly question what needs to be done next. You've already created a roadmap, and discipline ensures that you follow it, even when there are no external pressures. Additionally, discipline builds consistency. Consistency is one of the key factors in achieving long-term success, especially when you have to rely solely on yourself. It's easy to make big plans or feel motivated in the short term, but without consistency, those plans remain just dreams. Discipline ensures that you take small, consistent actions every day that move you closer to your goals. Even on the days when you don't feel like it, discipline pushes you to show up and do the work anyway. This consistency compounds over time, and it is through these small daily actions that you make significant progress, even if the results are not immediately visible. It's easy to give up when the results don't come quickly, but discipline teaches you to trust the process and keep putting in the effort. Discipline also helps you develop a sense of focus. In a world full of distractions, it can be difficult to stay on task, especially when you have no external deadlines or reminders. But discipline teaches you how to eliminate distractions and maintain your focus on what truly matters. It allows you to identify your most important tasks and give them the attention they deserve, rather than letting smaller, less important tasks take up your energy. This ability to focus on the bigger picture and ignore distractions is what sets disciplined individuals apart from those who lack direction. It's easy to be pulled in many different directions when you're working alone, but discipline helps you stay grounded and focused on your purpose. Furthermore, discipline nurtures self-control. When there's no one around to tell you what to do or when to do it, you must rely on your own ability to manage your impulses and desires. This requires a great deal of self-control, which discipline fosters. You learn how to resist the temptation to procrastinate or give in to distractions. You develop the ability to delay immediate gratification in favor of long-term rewards. This is one of the most difficult aspects of discipline, but also one of the most rewarding. When you master self-control, you become less reactive to external circumstances and more proactive in creating the life you want. This is crucial when no one else is there to help you stay on track. Discipline also plays a critical role in building resilience. Life is filled with setbacks, and it's easy to become discouraged when things don't go as planned. But discipline helps you bounce back from failure and keep going. It teaches you to view setbacks not as reasons to quit, but as opportunities to learn and grow. When you're disciplined, you don't let failure define you. Instead, you see it as a temporary obstacle that can be overcome with persistence and hard work. This resilience is especially important when you're working alone, because it ensures that you don't give up just because things get difficult. Discipline encourages you to keep pushing forward, even when you don't see immediate progress. Finally, discipline helps you maintain a sense of integrity. When there's no one around to hold you accountable, your discipline is a reflection of your personal values and commitment to your goals. It means doing the right thing even when no one is watching, making choices that align with your long-term vision, and staying true to yourself. This sense of integrity builds trust within yourself, reinforcing the belief that you can rely on your own strength and commitment to follow through on your promises. Discipline is the key to building a reputation with yourself as someone who can be trusted to follow through, no matter the circumstances. Ultimately, discipline is the foundation upon which success is built. especially when no one else is there to offer guidance or encouragement. It ensures that you keep moving forward, even when the path is difficult or unclear. Discipline provides structure, consistency, focus, self-control, resilience, and integrity, qualities that are essential when you are navigating challenges on your own. By cultivating discipline, you gain the ability to stay on track, achieve your goals, and create the life you desire regardless of external circumstances. Resilience is the ability to withstand or recover from difficult situations. It is the mental and emotional strength that allows individuals to cope with adversity, learn from their experiences, and continue moving forward despite setbacks. When no one is there to support you, resilience becomes the backbone of your journey. It is the internal power that keeps you going when the world feels like it is against you, when the path is unclear, and when you are faced with obstacles that seem insurmountable. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from failure. It is about finding strength in the struggle and using the challenges as opportunities for growth. One of the key aspects of resilience is the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how well we plan, we will inevitably face unexpected challenges and obstacles. Resilience allows us to adapt and find new ways of dealing with adversity. Instead of being paralyzed by fear or frustration, resilient individuals are able to adjust their mindset and approach to the problem at hand. This adaptability allows them to see solutions where others may only see roadblocks. They understand that life is a series of challenges and that each one is an opportunity to learn and grow. This flexibility is what allows them to stay focused on their goals, even when circumstances change unexpectedly. Another important aspect of resilience is the ability to maintain a positive outlook, even in the face of difficulty. It is easy to become overwhelmed by negative thoughts when things aren't going well, but resilient individuals have developed the ability to reframe their thoughts and focus on what they can control. They understand that while they cannot always control their circumstances, they can control their reactions to those circumstances. Maintaining a positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring the reality of a situation. It means choosing to focus on the possibilities and solutions instead of dwelling on the problems. This positive outlook helps to keep motivation high, even when the road ahead is difficult. It is the belief that no matter how tough the situation is, there is always a way through it. Resilience also involves emotional regulation. When we face setbacks or challenges, it is natural to feel frustrated, anxious, or discouraged. However, resilience allows individuals to manage their emotions in a healthy way. Instead of letting emotions dictate their actions, resilient individuals are able to pause, reflect, and choose a more constructive response. They understand that emotional reactions can cloud judgment, and that taking the time to process their emotions before reacting can lead to better outcomes. This emotional control helps to prevent burnout and enables individuals to stay focused on their goals, even in the face of adversity. Additionally, resilience is built on the foundation of self-belief. When no one else is there to cheer you on, it is crucial to have confidence in your own abilities. Resilient individuals trust that they have the skills and resources needed to overcome challenges, even when they face uncertainty. This self-confidence doesn't come from external validation, but from an internal belief that no matter what happens, they have the strength to keep moving forward. This belief in themselves is what enables them to persevere even when the odds are stacked against them. It is a mindset that allows them to see challenges as temporary and surmountable, not as insurmountable barriers. The ability to bounce back from failure is another hallmark of resilience. Failure is inevitable in any journey towards success, but it is how we respond to failure that determines our level of resilience. Rather than seeing failure as a reason to give up, resilient individuals view it as a learning experience. They take the lessons from their failures and use them to improve and adjust their strategies moving forward. They understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth or ability, it is simply part of the process. This mindset helps to maintain motivation and momentum, even after setbacks. By embracing failure as an opportunity to learn, resilient individuals are able to continue making progress, even when things don't go as planned. Resilience also requires perseverance. It is not enough to simply recover from setbacks. Resilience requires a continued effort to press on, even when success feels far off. The ability to keep going in the face of adversity is one of the most important traits of resilient individuals. They understand that success is not an immediate result, but a long-term process that requires sustained effort. Perseverance is what allows them to keep pushing forward, even when the finish line seems distant or unreachable. It is the willingness to stay committed to their goals, regardless of how long it takes or how many obstacles they face along the way. Finally, resilience is about finding meaning in difficult experiences. When things are tough, it can be difficult to see the purpose behind the struggle. However, resilient individuals have the ability to find meaning in their challenges. They view hardships as opportunities to grow and develop, both personally and professionally. They understand that their struggles are shaping them into stronger, more capable individuals. This perspective not only helps to maintain motivation, but also fosters gratitude for the lessons learned through adversity. By finding meaning in their struggles, resilient individuals are able to move through difficult times with a sense of purpose and determination. In the end, resilience is the key to persevering and thriving even when no one else is there to offer support. It is the internal strength that allows individuals to face challenges head-on, adapt to change, maintain a positive outlook, regulate their emotions, believe in themselves, and continue moving forward even after failure. Resilience is what enables us to transform adversity into growth, and it is the quality that turns obstacles into stepping stones toward success. When you cultivate resilience, you equip yourself with the tools to navigate any challenge and emerge stronger on the other side. Believing in the long-term vision is a crucial element for success, especially when you find yourself navigating a path without external support. When there is no one around to encourage you or remind you of your potential, it's easy to lose focus and become discouraged. The temptation to abandon your goals in favor of short-term rewards can be overwhelming. However, having a clear long-term vision is what anchors you and helps you stay on course even when immediate results seem distant. A long-term vision gives you something to look forward to, something that pulls you through the tough times and keeps you motivated when it feels like everything is working against you. A long-term vision acts as a guidepost, helping you make decisions and stay focused on what truly matters. It is easy to get sidetracked by distractions or to lose motivation when things don't go according to plan, but a strong vision helps you realign and regain your sense of purpose. And you can clearly see the bigger picture. The small setbacks or delays become just temporary obstacles rather than insurmountable barriers. This vision provides you with clarity and direction, ensuring that every action you take is aligned with your ultimate goal. When faced with challenges, the long-term vision serves as a reminder of why you started in the first place, keeping you grounded and pushing you forward. One of the key elements of a long-term vision is its ability to foster resilience. When you believe in the bigger picture, you become less focused on immediate gratification and more focused on the end result. The path to success is rarely smooth, and there will inevitably be times when things do not go as planned. However, having a clear vision allows you to persevere through those challenges. You learn to accept that setbacks are a natural part of the journey, and you become determined to push through them because you know they are only temporary. When no one else is around to offer encouragement, your belief in the vision you are working toward provides you with the strength to continue even when the road is tough. A long-term vision also helps you maintain discipline. Discipline is key when you are working toward a goal without external support or immediate recognition. The temptation to give up or take shortcuts can be strong, especially when you don't have others reminding you of the importance of staying focused. However, with a clear vision in mind, you are more likely to stay disciplined in your actions. You understand that each step you take, no matter how small, is a necessary part of the journey. A long-term vision allows you to see the value in every task and every decision, reinforcing your commitment to making consistent progress, even when there is no immediate reward. Having a long-term vision also fosters patience. In a world where instant gratification is often the norm, it can be difficult to stay motivated when you don't see quick results. But when you have a long-term vision, you understand that real success takes time. You learn to embrace the process rather than focusing solely on the outcome. Patience becomes a powerful tool because it enables you to stay grounded and focused on the work, rather than becoming frustrated with the pace of progress. With patience, you trust that your efforts will pay off in the future, even if it takes longer than you anticipated. Another benefit of a long-term vision is that it allows you to stay true to your purpose. When you are clear about your goals and the bigger picture, it becomes easier to say no to distractions and opportunities that do not align with your vision. In the absence of support from others, it can be easy to lose sight of your true purpose and be swayed by short-term temptations or outside pressures. A strong long-term vision provides a sense of clarity, making it easier to make decisions that are aligned with your values and long-term objectives. It gives you the confidence to remain focused on what truly matters and to reject anything that does not contribute to your overall goal. Furthermore, a long-term vision can help you navigate through periods of uncertainty. When no one is there to reassure you or guide you, it's easy to feel lost or uncertain about the future. However, having a vision gives you a sense of direction even in the midst of uncertainty. It helps you stay focused on the bigger picture and reminds you that uncertainty is a part of the journey. The clearer your vision, the more confident you become in your ability to navigate the unknown. Even when the path ahead is unclear, your belief in the end result keeps you moving forward with purpose and determination. A long-term vision also provides motivation. It's easy to lose motivation when you don't see immediate results, but when you have a clear and compelling vision for the future, it becomes easier to stay driven. The vision acts as a constant reminder of what you are working toward, and it fuels your desire to keep going. The more you focus on the benefits of achieving your long-term goal, the more motivated you become to overcome the challenges in your way. This intrinsic motivation is what keeps you going when there is no external validation or encouragement, as it is rooted in your own desire to succeed and fulfill your purpose. Ultimately, believing in your long-term vision is about trusting in the process and remaining committed to your goals, even when there is no one else to help you along the way. It is about having the patience, resilience, and discipline to stay the course, regardless of the challenges that arise. A clear and compelling vision gives you direction, purpose, and the motivation to continue, even when the journey seems long and difficult. It reminds you that success is a marathon, not a sprint, and that every step you take brings you closer to the future you've envisioned. When no one else is there to support you, your belief in the long-term vision becomes the most powerful tool you have to push forward and achieve success. In conclusion, the journey toward success, particularly when faced with challenges and solitude, is one that requires inner strength, resilience, and an unwavering belief in your own potential. Through self-reliance, personal growth, the power of solitude, discipline, resilience, and a long-term vision, you have the ability to navigate through any adversity that comes your way. The road may be difficult, and at times the weight of the journey may feel heavy, but each step you take brings you closer to the future you desire. When there is no one to support you, the strength to keep moving forward lies within you, and your belief in your purpose and goals will serve as the driving force to propel you toward success. Remember, every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth, and with the right mindset, perseverance, and self-discipline, you can overcome any obstacle. Keep believing in your vision, keep pushing forward, and trust that your efforts will lead to the success you deserve. Thank you for taking the time to embrace this journey. I wish you the best of luck in all that you pursue. Stay focused, stay strong, and know that you are capable of achieving greatness even when the road seems unclear. Your strength, determination, and vision will guide you toward a brighter future. Good luck, and thank you for your commitment to personal growth and success.